Coronation Street confirms Asha's emotional go-back, as Dev questions her future. How will Asha react? Coronation Street has showed that Asha Alahan will make her emotional go-back to Weatherfield in December. Upon arriving domestic, Asha's dad questions her approximately the future. However, is he pushing her to do an excessive amount of too soon? Dev brings Asha domestic after weeks in residential remedy in a psychiatric facility. The discharge marks progress, however it additionally throws the own circle of relatives lower back into the messy enterprise of daily recuperation. It's clear that returning to the area in which the trauma occurred is each a milestone and a check for Asha. Dev's response is complex and raw. He oscillates among fierce protectiveness and an annoyed want-to-make experience of what has occurred. Jimmy Harkishan's feedback underlined that Dev feels impotent, he can't repair what Asha has lived via, and that guilt eats at him. I assume that anxiety is what makes those scenes so credible. He desires her safe, but he dangers asking an excessive amount of too soon. Asha's buddies are a part of the emotional panorama here. Summer, Nina and Amy are proven to have ignored possibilities to help her at the same time as she became with inside the unit. That absence is a story weight the display explores. Truly it asks how friendships by skip the check of crisis. Asha's subject that no one reached out is plausible and coronary heartbreaking. And it provides actual stakes to her go back. Dev's query approximately Asha's paramedic schooling is the coronary heart of the dilemma. On paper, returning to research seems like getting lower back to regular, however regular may be risky if it is rushed. There's a sensitive distinction among encouraging resilience and awaiting recuperation to comply with a timetable. It's clear the writers are probing whether or not recuperation ought to be mapped onto ambition, or lightly paced round well-being. The manner Dev speaks to Asha after her discharge is vital to how visitors will examine each characters. He cannot assist, however, display the personal fracture lines, anger, self-blame and fierce love all overlap while he is with her. I assume Corrie is accurately permitting the target market to look his vulnerability as opposed to turning him right into an easy savior figure. That nuance offers the tale emotional credibility and avoids platitudes. For Asha, coming domestic can be an aggregate of comfort and clean anxieties. Being surrounded by a way of means of the acquainted can soothe, but it could additionally reopen wounds tied to the area and the people. The presence of clinical specialists on the unit gives her a protection net. However, the actual check is the cobbles themselves noisy, intrusive and inevitably public. How she negotiates that transition will form the months ahead. This storyline has the capability to be cautiously treated and impactful. If Coronation Street keeps with inside the vein, it is installation honest, character-led and gradual to decide Asha's go back may want to grow to be a beneficial portrayal of recuperation that respects setbacks. It's a complex balance, however the display has the forged and empathy to drag it off. Ultimately, the query is whether or not Dev's well-intended hints are help or pressure. It's a second that asks the visitors to recollect a way to assist a person who is fragile without doing away with their agency. I, for one, am eager to look the display allow Asha set the pace, at the same time as displaying Dev studying to concentrate as opposed to solve.
Thanks for watching and stay tuned for more movie spoilers next week. Goodbye and see you again.